What's up, guys? It's Black and back with part 6 of Combined Arms in review. This is the final game or final series of this. I was really hoping I would get a rematch against Eno, but unfortunately Eno succumbed to Strom in 5 games. If you have not watched those games, go watch them. If I've done everything right, those should be coming out right before this video. So yeah, I was really looking forward to Eno. I feel like he was rusty when I played him. I feel like he warmed up a lot against Strom, but they had a really good series. It was probably the best series of this tournament, I feel like. But here we are in the finals, me versus Strongberg. First map was Nomad, and I've had some success on this map, and I've had some not success on this map, so it is what it is. But get that engineer out after a rifle. I know I did a lot of scouting against Strongberg. I had a feeling that if I got past Eno, or I mean, really, it wasn't even I got past Eno. I knew that I played Eno, and Strongberg was sitting there in the bottom bracket waiting for whoever lost. So it was either I was gonna lose to Eno and play Strongberg, or I was gonna win and then Eno would probably beat Strongberg, or no, Strongberg would probably beat Eno and I'd play Strongberg anyway. So yeah, I did a lot of scouting against him. I noticed that he definitely has some Hans tendencies, and then I found out that Hans kind of coached him a little bit. So lots of grenadier drops, lots of flame stuff like that. Loves his Tesla death balls and stuff like that. One thing that I did pick up is I think he also likes his dogs too, so definitely have to be careful of that. So I'm escorting the engineer with 2 rifles perfectly stacked on it. Just don't want to lose it to a dog. But yeah, just going War Factory first now. I feel like it's great on this map, especially when you get those dual derricks for free. But continuing on with what I was saying, definitely did a lot of scouting of Stromberg and how he plays and trying to find his weaknesses. I noticed that he's kind of weak to grenadiers. He likes to leave some stuff available, but unfortunately I got allies, so I wasn't able to do that here. Find his first scout. I got another rifle there, and unfortunately I wasn't able to save that rifle scout, so I'm gonna have to scout him again. But I know that he picked Russia, so I'm expecting Tesla tanks. I feel like allies are actually pretty decent at dealing with Tesla tanks, and I know Ian and I talked a lot about how to deal with Tesla tanks as Nod, and he said he feels like Nod's kind of the worst at dealing with Tesla tanks. I'm not so sure about it. I feel like they've got some options, but I wasn't super scared of the Tesla death ball. I've practiced this before in RA, and it's very similar in Combined Arms, where you just gotta kind of keep the numbers down, do whatever you can. So he's gonna try to come in here and scout with me, but I deny that scout, which is nice. So try to pull that rifle back, but unfortunately he gets it before it can get out of range. So we're trading rifle scouts, one apiece here, basically. And I'm just focusing, getting that ref out. You can get up to 4 harvs in just a second here, and then just start pumping out those medium tanks. Place the pillbox down, just because, you know, he's Russia. I'm not gonna get anything crazy on my expo, or not my expo, my harvs. Might do like a grenadier drop, but I really need the pillbox for that necessarily. I probably should have some infantry or something out. Then he sees 2 rough scouts coming in. I'm just kind of queuing out my infantry. Not super worried about, not much I can do about it. Unfortunately, I forgot to pause that rocket soldier, so I'm gonna have to try to run away. He correctly tries to shoot it, but I got this rifle there. I should be okay. Unfortunately, that rifle is gonna die. Now that rifle is vetted up, so I have to hoist a pillbox, but you know, keeping a pillbox in front of your production queue is not a terrible idea. That way, if he tries to push me with BTRs or something like that, I should be okay. Now that I got some rockets and a tank out, I'm feeling pretty safe to move out. You know, the only thing I have to worry about is a grenadier drop on my base. Sends another rifle scout into the top, so he's being very cautious and scouting me. I'm not sure if he's expecting me to maybe rush or something like that, but he's definitely trying to get a lot of me. I think a pillbox killed it on the right side as well, so yeah, he really wants to get eyes on me to know what I'm doing, which is, you know, it's great moves, but he can see that I'm pretty much doing nothing. I don't think he's actually seen that radar, or at least I tried to deny him seeing the radar, so he's sees the MCV's gone, but that's fine. You know, it's about that time for MCV to move out anyways. So I'm not sure how effective those rifle scouts are. You'd have to ask him. Maybe Hans could ask him when he streams this, which he probably should have, since this is going to come out way later. I got so much other videos to upload first, and it's crazy how much I have to do. But yeah, just getting that expansion refinery out, getting some pillboxes down. Keep my army in my main base, just because, you know, he keeps scouting there, so I figure that's where he's really wanting to know, is where the weaknesses are. Not super worried about my expansion, although that's a good place to attack too. If he does attack there right now, I'd probably be pretty screwed. But I do have a couple of pillboxes out, which is nice. And I tried to send these 3 tanks off just to do a harvester raid, but he has like great game sense to have a scout there, and then I hear MiGs and I'm like, oh no. So that's 2 medium tanks instantly down. Those MiGs are pretty much halfway paid off already. And so now I know that these air, it's fine. I'm already up to tier 3. I can get some IFAs out, but yeah, I wasn't really expecting MiGs. Probably should have been more cautious of that. Maybe get some scouting in on him, but those 3 medium tanks are just gone. And now I have 1 armor piece, which is kind of low. Trying to separate those rockets out again. Just like put them in those IFEs. You definitely want them in. It's more damage, more range, I'm pretty sure too. Pretty nice there. Have to cancel those pillboxes just because, again, if she started, or my Q started to fall. And just get those rockets in there, get the IFE in there. Try to protect those ball of army that I can. Other than that, it's just keep macroing up, keep doing stuff. Place that pillbox in the shroud since that'll cut down on it. MiGs try to come back in but don't get anything, so that's nice. I think 3 MiGs isn't enough to kill a harvester, but definitely would be a great use of them there. Just, attack my harvesters. It's either going to force me to move that harvester, like expend into something to repair the harvester, or not. But he kills a prisoner tank there, so with 3 MiGs, that's definitely paid off. And then he has a BTR there. I'm not sure if there's anything in it, so I don't want to drop that pillbox until he does. So I just pull off some infantry and stuff there. Catch 1 MiG right there with the IFEs, so that's great. So he's pretty much broken even there. 2 MiGs are paid off, 1 was not paid off, so maybe a little bit ahead. Doesn't look like there's anything on IFE, I guess it was, or the BTR, I guess it was just scouting, so got lucky there, but that's alright. IFE gets the last little hit and the pillbox finishes it off, so I'm just prepping for an attack here. I want to come in at the right angle. I'm expecting there to be a bunch of defenses in the front, so I'm scouting with those IFEs. And I see that, yep, he has an army there, so I'm just going to pull back. Luckily, Prism Tank's super good, and unfortunately Prism Tank's super light, and it's already gone, but honestly, the Prism Tank probably came close to paying itself off. That's just how effective they are, with like 3 or 4 shots, and probably killed, 1100 in infantry. Get the ref up at the top, since that's the nice thing about this position is you can pretty much crawl to all 3 of those ore patches. 2 trees in the middle, which are effectively 1, you're gonna have some long distance mining there, but by the time you really want to go there, you can probably have extra starves and just makes more sense to long distance mine. So I'm pretty heavily split here. I've got 2 armies. This one on the left side, it's pretty small. It's got 1 IFE, it's not even garrisoned, and just a few rockets and infantry. But it's really tough for him to deal with this if he's deathballing, and it does not take a whole lot to lose a harvester to that size army, so MiGs go in to kill an IFE, so that's unfortunate, but he did spend another one. I don't know what those medics were doing, but they were constantly stuck healing themselves on the Tiberian, which sucks. Probably should have queued me into, hey, you probably need hazmat suits, but I think I was a little bit too focused with just trying to deal with those MiGs. Trying not to get my attack scouted. Tier 3 is out now, so yep, definitely go to Tanya. Accidentally tried to queue engineer. I think it's because that's where medics are in ORA, but get that ORA fire out, since again that's just free income, and that'll help me unlock some more stuff. Try to poke out a harvester here, but again, I see 2 heavy tanks and a bunch of infantry, so I'm just gonna retreat there. I only see 1 heavy tank here, so yeah, I'll gladly take that engagement. MiGs are here on this left side, killing some tanks, but that's fine. I go in, trying to get that tank in a good position, and I think I'm in a decent position here. And he's got quite a lot here, but I've got quite a lot as well. And I've got some medic support. MiGs are being super annoying though, going down and trying to rally everything. Infantry goes down on the left side, but somehow I managed to clean that up. I'm not sure if it was just better tank position or what, but now it's time to reinforce that side and keep pushing there, since that was a huge amount of his army, and I know he's got a lot on his left side still. Get those upgrades. Oh yeah, hazmat suits, cryo rockets. Don't need advanced air trading. It's not really going to come in handy too much, I don't think. I'm not going to build grizzly tanks, I'm not going to do a GI drop. Honestly, I don't have the time to do it. I'd rather spend that on more medium tanks, more armor. Tank's a little bit out of position here, and he's getting some good flame roasts on my infantry, but he's leaving his harvesters a little exposed there, and I have Tanya there, so that's super nice. One harvester barely getting away, but this second harvester definitely not going to get away. And again, yeah, Tanya's just super annoying when you're trailing in stuff like this. Detonates a heavy tank, get the C4 off on his war factory as well, so that's going to hurt him. Luckily, she dodges the first flame tower, second one kind of. So close to getting the MC or C4 off on the MC. That would have been nice. Yeah, just support that infantry. You know, I'm just letting my army trade out what's left of it down there. Just focus on building my queues, and then as you can see, yeah, I'm just building up all those support units. They're really good. Just basically one of each, and then some extra armor in the medium tanks. But get that expansion established, floating 7k, so probably can build another Rax and then another ref, and it should be all right. My upgrades are pretty much done. Got flak, which is nice. Hazmat suits will be done in just a few seconds here, and then those cry warheads will really make a difference for my army. That just really ups allies' effectiveness. They're super nice. One thing nice about the USA is you do have Navy SEALs, so you basically get somewhat less effective Tanyas, but still super effective. If he starts to do like a shock trooper like mix with his Tesla track death ball, which I'm expecting, like SEALs will be just really good at trading up with those. Much better than just rifles, I feel like, although rifles are a decent counter to just mass shock troopers. City's got more MiGs again, and you know, I'm up to 2 war factors now. I got plenty of tanks. Just sending off another little tank flank here. Got another harvester now that I'm getting pretty close on my eco, but not enough. Get that Allied Tech Center, or HQ, as it's called now, that's their battle lab. And yeah, I'm feeling okay about this. You know, he's taking some damage, losing a war factory sucks for him. I know that his eco's been harassed a little bit. Mine's been pretty much untouched. His MiG use has been really good, but like I have more tanks than I need right now, so I'm not super worried about losing a few medium tanks. Second medium tank goes down. He goes back for a third, but unfortunately he targets the husk there, so it happens. I feel like selection or OpenRA is a little bit weird sometimes, but you know, I'm starting to get my support units in there. I got my Chron tank in there, 2 SEALs plus Tanya, so it's a really tough army for him to deal with. If he's massing Tesla tracks, which, like I said, I'm kind of expecting, he's going to be able to kite with it, sure, but like he can't really just defend his base with that. If I push right now, unless he has like a bunch of Tesla tracks, he's just going to lose. Tanya gets zapped, that's unfortunate, but I got my 2 SEALs, and you can see they are still super effective. As soon as that heavy tank goes down, they're just going to start wasting through that infantry. Pretty much all of his stuff's going down. Gap Jenner, who's being a little annoying. 2 tanks in the back, just focusing on his eco. Classic RA play right here. And he's got Tesla tracks, which are Tesla tanks in OpenRA, and then Tesla tanks and Combined Arms are the Tesla tanks of RA2. So Tesla tracks are good anti-armor, Tesla tanks are good anti-infantry, and as Russia, like you get like bonus arcing, which is nice too, but he cleans up that army, but I cleaned up at least 2 of his harvesters on the back, I'm pretty sure. Cleaned a lot of his stuff, so he tries to push here, loses 1 to the pillbox, it's unfortunate. But I gotta be careful here. Get 2 more SEALs, get Tanya coming out again. And I'm not super worried. I got 4 shields ready, so if he wants to push, holding that helipad just to get some parries out to, you know, cut down on these Tesla tracks if I can. Harvester's dead, but to get that last thing off, and then pillbox in your face. Try to focus it on the dead Tesla track. Luckily enough, I get both of them, and that cryo launcher just slowing down another tank, which is nice. So I'm just trying to figure out where I'm gonna hit. My PS comes up, which is nice, so I get to look exactly what he has. I don't see anything in my back lines. See that he's moving to this left side, so say, you know what, alright, I'm not gonna attack in here. Especially with that paratrooper drop, I'm just gonna retreat. And see he's moving to the left side as well, so attacking here on the right side will be really good. But he scouts me with that MiG, so I have to kind of engage here. You know, I don't want to just slowly lose stuff to being kited, but also need to keep the pressure on him. And you see those 2 SEALs just rip through those shockies before they could do much at all. So he's got a harvester there. You know, I'll gladly take that harvester. And just trying to retreat. Fix my eco a little bit since it's pretty low on there. And I know that he's still focusing everything on the left, so I'm trying to split this army in half. But my selection is a little poor there, but eventually I get it sorted out, so. That 1 SEAL there, all he's trying to do is kill that war factory. Again, if I kill another war factory, that'll be great. And I got that Harrier to come in and snipe some of those Tesla tracks if I can. Get that C4 on that war factory. Luckily, SEALs can just straight tank a pair of bombs, so that's kind of nice. Harrier kills 2 Tesla tracks, gets shot down by the MiGs, but hey, I think that paid for it more than itself. Try to get that tech center rallied on the C4. Realized I kind of screwed that up, but it's alright. Kill the Tesseract, maybe get that radar. And yeah, he's I think he's having all he can handle. His eco's been pretty harassed. That Prism tank is killing all his Tesla tracks, and all 3 of those are about to go down. Plus, he just lost his test center, so there goes his ability to build Tesla tracks. So he's in kind of a pickle right now. Still got his MiGs, which have been good all game, but I'm just constantly pushing him. And then eventually he calls GG right there. So that was quite a back and forth game 1. I feel like I was definitely on the offensive more of it, but he did a really good job keeping those MiGs, just constantly keeping numbers down. And fortunately for him, he just didn't get those Tesla tracks up into a big enough death ball. I think I did okay job of keeping them down, and you know, a little bit of it's micro, but they are harder micro in combined arms. They're a little bit slower. So that is game 1. We'll be back for game 2.
Battle control initialized.
All right, we are back here for game 2. I randomed as Russia. He picked Russia. We are on the map Harmony. So this is going to be a very interesting game. Russia mirrors can you be kind of crazy if they go to the late game. I don't know if I've said this before, but dogs in combined arms are absolutely insane. You get like a vision radius around them. They can just sense enemy infantry, so they are super good. And then with the multi-queue, like, you don't have to worry so much about, you know, stalling to build those dogs. They're just that much better. So I go ahead and do a double dog opener here. 1, just to make sure he's not doing any like dogs stuff to get to my engineer. 2, to see if I can get his engineer. If he goes engineer first, like if that's an engineer right there, I definitely get it. No, it's rifles, so I'll just keep those little pips like in that dog circle, and I'll know exactly where his infantry is. I'm not sure if he saw my dog there. He might have, but just kind of trying to run around, thinking maybe that's the engineer that he pulled back, but he's got another rifle there. So yeah, was the engineer. Unfortunately, not much I can do about it. He's got it well protected. My engineer was pretty well protected, but so just got to get my ref down now. Doing double ref here. And then just want to keep an eye on him. You know, if he's going to push all of his rifles to his world deck like I'm doing, well then I'll just go in straight to your base, and you won't be able to stop me with these dogs. I'll be able to know exactly where your army is. Fortunately, he kills 1 dog there, but I do have a second one, so plan's still on. And I can see that again, he's just running more rifles out to that old Derek, so this is really the effectiveness of dogs. That extra vision is just so nice. If he is deciding to keep in his main base, then I can just go kill his old Derek for free. So if you're building a dog, you should definitely be aggressive with it. There's no passive gameplay benefit for him, I don't think. But I'm just waiting for my infantry to all queue up. I don't want to reveal my attack too soon. And I can see, yeah, he's just pumping more and more infantry out to his old Derek, so maybe he's expecting an attack there, maybe not. I'm not entirely sure, but the last thing I want to do is have pathing ruin my attack. So look, I'm getting in there. You know, my dog doesn't see anything, so yep, it's time to just go attack the barracks. If I can kill it before the defense comes out, then that'll be a pretty strong win. Maybe even die for a power plant afterwards, but there we go. The attack's coming in. Call up and see that he does have some more infantry there, so like, alright, you know what, I'm not going to win that. I'm just going to pull out. You know, I've, at the very least, doing some damage to him. He drops a flame tower there. Unfortunately, it's too late. And he kind of gets stuck in a trap here. You know, I'm just killing infantry with a good concave, with a good ball of infantry, and he has like a kind of a bad attack move. It was like on the road, so he's like running parallel to me. So nothing too much bad happens for either player of us here. We both traded pretty much evenly. I think he traded a little bit better since he killed one more dog, but yeah, I'm just ecoing up on the backside now. So attack went about as mid as it could. You know, I didn't kill the barracks, which would have been great, but I didn't lose a bunch of infantry just to flame towers, so kind of happy with that. I'm not complaining too much. Cancel one of those harvs since I'm probably going to move out after this ref. I don't think there's any reason to go radar quickly on this map as Soviets. And I see that he's going to try to push that old Eric, so decided to throw in a BTR to see if I can get it out before he'll get there. If, you know, if it was at old Eric, it's going to suck, but I can also see that it's only a few rifles killing it, so maybe I got enough time. Send those infantry out just a little bit, so when my BTR arrives, they'll be getting there at the same time. Maybe that can save my old Eric. BTR goes straight to the back. Just want to make sure there's not something waiting there. Don't want to send my infantry into an ambush. Just fix my keys in the meantime. Try to target out the low health ones first, and I just barely saved that old Eric, but oh no, there comes the Grens that I was worried about, so just try to push that harvester just to get them to retarget, save that refinery a little bit, which wasn't able to save it, but I was able to kill all those Grens before they got back into the BTR, so that's nice. So 5 Grens for a refinery, probably not worth it since I have another refinery there. If it was the front ref, that definitely would have been worth it, but so just a little bit ahead now, killed a little bit more of the tree, got those extra Grens. That probably slowed down his build queue a little bit as well, so now expansion's up, pumping out those heavy tanks. Humpy tanks, that's a new one for me. Just trying to run down that VTR wherever it is. He scouts my expansion. I mean, that's to be figured. I guess he could have maybe thought I was going to the north, which I'm playing a little bit more passive as Soviet since they're so slow. I don't want to be uber aggressive, except for the early game with the dog. And then I'm gonna get another power plant after that radar since I'll be out of power at that rate. That BTR is giving me the moves. Juke's back and he scouts my base again. I got nothing with rifles there, which is unfortunate, but if he sticks around, my BTR will catch up, and my heavy tank should be popping out here. Try to get a shot off, but he does a good job of micing it away. So now I'm just going to set up a flank with pretty much all my army, but you know, it's really a small army. I guess there's a lot of rockets there since I've been doing 2-to-1. Yeah, just running across. Don't want to run into his vision of that Oderic. Just want to make sure he's not dropping anything else with that BTR. Just rally my stuff into the middle. You know, there's pretty much nowhere else to go on this map. Get another power plant out, get another second war factory out. That'll speed up my eco, or my macro, at least. And then get tech center, and then start building those Tesla tracks. Since you know that's where this game is going to go. It's always Tesla tracks versus Tesla tracks in Russia versus Russia mirrors. Maybe when Dark nerfs them, it'll be a different story, but even if they get nerfed, they're just such a good unit. Any unit that has like instant hit, like a hit scan, and then has some sort of kiting ability is pretty good. So go in with my BTR there just because I want to scout him, but I don't want it to get stuck shooting on something, so I want to make sure I give it a move order as it goes through the TIB. Fix my harvesters since they're for some reason getting stuck on each other. And that BTR unfortunately scouts me, so I want to pull that army back and go in for the top army. Trying to give him a little 1-2 punch right now. BTR scouts that indeed he is in the north, which is what I expected. Yep, I see he's got a bunch of infantry and stuff there, so I'll just pull that army in the top back. Maybe link it up with that army in the bottom and try to go in at the bottom. But he's just got a lot here, which makes sense. You know, he should have about the same amount as me. But I realized that I'm going to lose on both fronts, or at least I feel like he had more on that left front than he really did, so kill that heavy tank, try to save my heavy tank. That infantry is pretty much forfeit. But I got a second war factory out, so get some V2s, so I need some anti-infantry splash, and I don't like Katyushas, I just feel like they're not do it. And he's you know, returning favor, trying to be really aggressive here, so I'm in full retreat now, just hoping that I can get back to my base in mostly one piece. Sacrificing a few of these rifles just to delay him, because he's probably on attack move. Lose one more tank in the bottom too, which is unfortunate because I'd really like to keep it, but see that he goes to the right, so okay, he's going to attack my main, so get these guys to go back up to the front, and maybe I can just get a good surround. Here Boars come out, which is not great since I'm a little bit behind on tier 3, but he's pushing in, and my tanks are in much better position here, so this is going okay for me. He's got a V2, but I don't think it's had much effect. My V2 has not been really good either. Had he shot to the south there, if he had vision, that'd been really good, but his V2 gets like a 4 stack, mine gets like a 3 stack, so we're pretty close there. And unfortunately, that tech center put me low power, and I'm trying to think what can I sell to get 80 power back. I could sell all of my flame towers, but I really don't want to. That's a lot of money I've invested into them, and if he attacks again, I really want those there. So, start building up my Tesla tracks, cancel all those ones, get a demo truck out. Demo trucks are super good. I don't feel like I'm necessarily behind. We're probably somewhat even with that last attack, but again, if we're somewhat even and I build a demo truck and I get some good value out of it, then that just puts it really ahead. Build an iron curtain as well, because again, iron curtains are super important. Don't build an atomic reactor though. I don't think atomic reactors are good in a Tesla match, because that's just a lot of power that you'll lean into too much. So Tesla reactors are much better here. Get my Boris out and get some Yaks to deal with those Tesla tracks that I'm sure he's massing as well.
Cannot deploy here. Unit ready.
Yeah, atomic reactors are very sketchy. They're definitely good, but you can't overly rely on them. Like losing one is super painful unless you like constantly building another power plant. So with the IC out, I'm gonna expand to the north, and then I decide no, that's a bad idea. That's probably where he's going, so I'll expand to the bottom. Demo truck's out, so I'll just sit on my base. I can hear him shooting something. I think he killed my BTR that's been scouting. And I got that yak to scout for it, which will be nice. So I'll be able to get a good angle on him, assuming he's anywhere around. And of course, there he is. Yeah, almost kills one of the stacks. Try to retarget him on Boris, but doesn't. But yeah, he's gonna attack here. This is gonna go pretty bad for him. That demo truck is gonna be in great position. Sold off the war factory before Boris could kill it. And hear that lovely, beautiful sound of the agony of my opponent just screaming. Also tried to do some sneaky V2 stuff, like Desperate style with this V2. Unfortunately, it just ran right into vision of a flame tower and instantly died, but hey. Not much I can do there when I don't have vision of his ref and just pick the worst possible angle, but yeah, that demo truck is pretty much huge. I lost 0 army for nothing. He sees my flak trying to kill his Tesla tracks in with Boris there, so he throws him into his BTR, which is a smart idea. But then he pushes forward and my Tesla track instantly zaps it, so his Boris instantly is fried. A little unlucky from there. I'm just using these scouts to keep pushing. You know, I've got infantry, he's got infantry, and I've got Tesla tracks, so I'll just get that Commissar in there, making my units just a little bit faster, keeping them up, which is really helpful. And these yaks just, constantly keeping these Tesla tracks pinned down. And again, he tries to kite away with the Tesla tracks, but he's not getting the same value I am. He's killing rifles while I'm killing his Tesla tracks, except for that one right there, which is pretty good. Now I'm starting to push around his base. The Tesla tanks are coming out, but I just have too much rockets for him. I'm just trying to kill that harvester, give him more time, and try to pin these Tesla tracks down if I can. Trying to fix my eco too. I'm going to build more refs. Another yak coming out. Getting one Tesla track. Gonna turn around, get another one in just a second. So those yaks are definitely paying off. I take back what I said about them like a long time ago, where they're kind of bad. They're really good at killing light armor, but they're not really good at killing infantry. But that's all right because the Soviets have Heinz, and Heinz are good infantry killers. So one yak comes out, one yak goes up to the front. So I'm like needing a constant cycle there. He sends a spy plane to the left side, so I think okay, he's probably setting up attack there. That's what I would do if I'm using the spy plane. And just see, he's built grad, so he's gone into artillery doctrine, which I almost feel like it's not good. Nuke cannons aren't going to be good on this map. Like, I'm not sure why he goes for artillery doctrine. I really like to ask him. Armor doctrine, fine. Infantry doctrine, fine. Armor doctrine probably the best here because it gives you more armors for BTRs. So if it gets into a very late game pistol track where we just can't really push, then you build a bunch of BTRs to shut down on the yaks, which I'm doing. But his BTRs have been kind of slow so far, so got one BTR there and it kills the yaks, but that's fine. I got 2 more. Now that my eco situation is starting to settle, starting to be in a good position here. I got my IC ready too, which is nice. So that is a huge component. And saw that his army was there, just kind of waiting for him to hard engage, throw that IC down. And yeah, he's kind of in a pickle here. Just kill his army as it retreats, getting free value with that IC. Lose 1 yak, but those yaks are more than paying for themselves, pretty sure. So saw that he's just retreating back away from his main base, so I'll just rally that back there. And yeah, I'm starting to feel like I'm in a good position here. My eco's doing good. I'm going up to a second war factory again since I lost my first one. That should start speeding things up for me. But this yaks are really coming in handy for me here. I think having them is being a big difference maker. Got the second war factory out, so expand again, pump out a bunch of more Tesla tracks. I don't feel like really picking a doctrine for Soviet in Russia versus Russian mirrors is super important. Like, yeah, the 15% build speed bonus is nice, but other than that, it's just not worth it. So just trying to send those yaks in, but realizing I'm not going to kill anything, so I'll just send it back. Don't want to lose them. And yeah, just kind of see him pushing all the way to the left, so I'll push all the way in the right, just kind of keep him on the defensive. So I started out kind of aggressive with the dogs, and then went more passive in the middle when I saw that he was like playing defensive. But after I've just been keeping these Tesla track numbers down, I want to keep the pressure on him. Don't want to let him like relax and build up a huge death ball. Got a second barracks out, so now we're really going to pump out, and all I'm going to do is build a bunch of rifles. This is basically just to soak those Tesla shots. Like, it's 1150 for those Tesla tanks, and it's 1350 for the Tesla tracks, so that's like 13 rifles he has to kill to break even there. Do the same thing to him, get that Boris on that ore factory, and just delay time. You know, if I can get that to kill a ref or kill the war factory, that'll be nice too. Fortunately, bad A move right there. Got Boris as well, so he's not been doing anything, but those yaks have been really good, just killing everything that comes across. Just hoping to get that ref, but unfortunately it died. That's okay. I got 2 Tesla tanks just, you know, doing some more damage to there. And as he goes back to the right, I go back to the left. Throw a spy plane there to see if he's there. If he's leaving, I'll do the paratroopers and realize, yeah, he's probably going to leave, so I'll just throw him now. But try to micro that Tesla tank did not work out so well. But yeah, he's definitely trying to get back on the left side. Shock troopers come in, you know, they'll get a harvester. That's pretty much all I could ask for them. If they can get 2 harvesters, that'll be great. Yeah, they're just doing their job. I got a ton of yak right now. Realized I should probably cancel that queue. That's more than I could reasonably handle. So I'm just trying to find his army. See a bunch of infantry. Cool, kill those. Queue up all the Tesla tracks, and that's really going to hurt him. So yeah, he's got nothing but Tesla tanks, and Tesla tracks will definitely beat Tesla tanks. Plus I got IC, so he's starting to be in a lot of trouble here. I think his lack of air is a problem. It just allowed me to basically win. And again, just using those rifles to soak and allow my Tesla tracks to actually do all the damage. He's got a nice little split here. My air is not rearmed, so I'm just gonna have to try to panic and kill the Tesla tracks. I should be okay. Got IC if I really need it, but soaks out the slow hell stuff. And send some of those Tesla tracks down there and I should be alright. But just kill that ref off, kill that war factory off, it should be good. Fortunately, Boris was in that little infantry detachment, it goes down. Bad W select here, since all my Tesla tracks, and that kind of screws me up a little bit, but it's okay. See, he's got BTRs on top of me, I don't really want to use these yet, so just pop the eye curtain. But that kind of screws me up again as I'm just bad W selecting. Do it again, just constantly keep doing it, but it's alright. I'm starting to get up to that death ball numbers. Got a bunch of infantry just sitting there doing nothing. Put these on assault move or a rather aggressive stance and just kind of run them through his base. Not much you can do. Kill that war factory, he should be pretty good. And yeah, I realized that, oh shit, I pulled all my stuff away from those, but I've got 1 Tesla tracker there that should be able to deal with 2 Tesla tanks. Yeah, he's desperately trying to defend here, stringing stuff in, but it's exactly not what you want to do against Tesla tracks. Any death ball, any snowball unit like that. Just fix my rallies again, and he's still pushing in here. But he's definitely in dire straits. He's lost his main base for the most part. He's lost a lot of eco in that raid earlier. Yep, so I'm just gonna rally everything back, get another ref out, and then take his main base. Since I really want to just close this game off again. I feel like I'm in a good position. I don't know if this game's quite over yet. Then you can see I even started Armor Doctrine, and then like, nah, it's not worth it. It's not even worth getting flak against Tesla. Like, instant kill weapons, nothing's gonna really change. Just want to use those Mika Scouts since I'm moving my MC right now. Don't have a field for him. Yeah, you can see he's pushing in here. That's fine. Just run those infantry to the front, run those Tesla tanks away, and there's not much he can do. I have critical numbers, and he's just killing a bunch of infantry and calls GG. So that was a quite a back and forth game. It's it can be a little bit boring, I guess, as a spectator to watch just Tesla stuff, but mechanically as a player, it's, I don't know about exhilarating, but nerve-wracking more likely, because it's like every little micro mistake you make adds up. So I got lucky there, but we'll be back with the rest of the series next week.